Materials I have used in drawing this Loki drawing is that first of all Apsara pencils, second main small pencils which are 2B 3B for basic layers. So first of all, as you can see that I am making outlines first, outlines and shading the basics of eyes and nose and rubbing it with a main, or I can say that earbuds. You can also use a blending stumps for making those. First of all, just make outlines. As you can see that I have used a small pencil which is 2B, the smallest pencil, for making a base layer. Now I am using a higher pencil which is 3B or 4B for making outlines of it. If you want to get a grades, or you can say that grid method, just comment down below. I will explain you with another video. First of all, as you can see that I am just darkening the main parts of eyes. Cornea, eyelashes and everything are secondary parts. So first of all, dark these parts which are more darker as compared to any others from reference picture. You cannot say, or you can directly go if you are not a beginner or you have drawn more portraits before, so you can go directly to. There's no need of using a grid method. As you can see that I have left small portions of white cornea in between, which will give you a realistic look. And for making Loki, the main part is his eyes, because his eyes is giving a natural look which is a main portions of this portrait. So for now making his nose, I'm just outlining it with 4B pencils, which is the darker area underneath his nose. So for now making his lips, just darken the main part which is in between upper and lower lip. You can blend it with the smallest blending stump that you have. Don't go for more higher value of blending stump, because its portion is bit more darker, or you can say that more heavier as compared to any other blending stumps. So as you can see that it is laid a bit of darker and blended as compared to before. So main part is that blending small portions, not going directly every portions but small portions. Now for making his forehead, just use a base layer as I have used before. For his forehead, there are small portions and linings which are connecting it with upper portions of his hairs. So for making those, just go for base layer first. As you can see that I am making a random but straight lines. Now for making those straight lines, don't hatch it, or I will recommend you hatching is that first you will make a straight lines, then you will go for a cross lines. But in this you can see that for his forehead, just go for straight lines and don't make side lines first. Now as you can see that the straight lines blending, after blending it with the earbuds, it is looking too good. But if you go for a hatching, it will give you a darker look. And skin tone of Loki in this reference picture is layer a bit of more lighter as compared to another. And the main light source is coming from his left hand side, so of course the darker part will be on right hand side. So just darkening it with the 4B pencils. I have just darkened the small portions here, not every part but small portions here, which will give you a realistic look, and it will be a shadowed part also. Now blending the smaller grainy parts which are remaining in this picture with a blending, or I can say that makeup brush. For making smaller portions, I will recommend you to first go for a base layer or sharpened pencils first. Don't go with a pencil which is a thinner, or I can say that more heavier as compared to 4B or 6B pencils, because 2B and 3B pencils are easier to erase afterwards. Now for his ear, you can go for more realistic look by making a base layer, first layer, third layer, but I have gone for base layer with a 2B pencil, or you can also use 3B pencils but with a lighter hand. Now as you can see that I am just darkening it with a 4B pencil, which will give me a more realistic look. Going for more realistic look doesn't mean that always you have to go for base layer, first layer, third layer, but it means that smaller portions are also recommended as compared to any other drawings. So for now, just making this part of his chin and the main cheek parts, you can use a base layer. There's no need to go further layers because it is light area, or you can say that highlighted area. So of course the shadowed part will be on this face. So use a smaller or lighter pencil. You can also use 2B or 3B. Don't go further on this part, which is the highlighted part. And I will recommend you to always use a pencil which is the lightest, which will be of base layer. Don't go directly with 3B or 4B, because when we will erase or blended it with another portions, it will not easily blended, or it will give you a perfectly drawing look, but it will not be a realistic look. Now for making the main portions, which is his lower lip, which will give you a realistic look, it is the small portions. Here 5B and here 4B pencils, and it will give you a shade by shade look. So for making this, as you can see that using a blending stump which is a more light, or I can say that which is sharpened blended stump. Don't use a used blending stump. It is the most important thing. If you have learned something from this video, subscribe and drop a like. Share it with your friends and family, and comment down below your questions and queries regarding this tutorial. Meanwhile, take care of your loved ones too. Have an artistic day. Tattoos. Subscribe now by clicking here, or the lid of your pencil will break every time you draw. And click here if you want to learn more about portrait drawings.